Your Majesty, some Dutch Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may we now proceed to the joint press conference. Now, we have the honor to invite Samdech Akek Mahasenapati Techo Hun Sen, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia and Chair of the 13th ASEM Summit, to present the outcome of the summit. Samdech Techo Prime Minister, please kindly take the floor.
Excellencies, Madam, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I would like to extend my warmest welcome and heartfelt thanks to all national and international journalists for this live broadcasting of the ASEM 13 that was held on 26 November 2021 via video conference. Cambodia is proud to host this important summit as we are battling the COVID-19 pandemic and a myriad of other regional and global challenges. With the participation of the leaders of ASEM countries from Asia and Europe, the President of the European Council, the President of the European Commission, and the Secretary General of ASEAN, the ASEM 13 has sent a clear signal that we are committed to work together to promote ASEM process. Moreover, we do not shy away from embracing multilateral solutions to global challenges. Indeed, the ASEM 13 has provided a special and timely opportunities for all leaders of ASEM partners to demonstrate our joint commitment to promoting peace, security, as well as providing pragmatic solutions to the current regional and global challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic and socio-economic recovery, public health and safety, youth employment, climate change, WTO reform, terrorism, and regional and global security issues, amongst others. This summit has officially adopted three significant outcome documents, namely 1. ASEM 13 Chair's Statement. 2. Phnom Penh Statement on the post-COVID-19 socio-economic recovery. And 3. The way forward on ASEM connectivity. These three documents truly reflect the commitment, solidarities, and joint effort of all leaders of ASEM partners to reinforce multilateralism for a better, stronger, more inclusive, and more resilient futures of Asia-Europe partnership. Leaders of ASEM partners remain committed to the effort toward building a harmonious, competitive, resilient, and sustainable ASEM communities for the people of Asia and Europe, as well as a dynamic futures of Asia-Europe cooperation based on ASEM's core principle of informalities, flexibilities, and mutual respect in the spirit of consensus and equal partnership. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite His Excellency Charles Michel, President of the European Council, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you, dear Prime Minister. We have just concluded our two-day ASEM summit. It was an excellent opportunity to bring together more than 50 partners from Europe and Asia to discuss our cooperation. And we are highly interconnected with many shared interests and solid ties. 3 years since the last ASEM summit, we see persisting challenges such as climate change and security, but also new ones, COVID-19. And one thing is clear, we want to tackle these global challenges successfully, and we must continue working together and taking action together. This year's summit was one of the most important multilateral meetings of 2021, and we discussed how to boost the post-pandemic socio-economic recovery, ensure a green transformation, and reinforce cooperation on foreign and security policies. We have many common challenges, but we also have many common objectives: protecting the health of our citizens, ensuring their well-being, and rebuilding our economies in a sustainable way. The Indo-Pacific region is increasingly important for the EU, and we are already a top investor in this region. We are also a top development cooperation and trading partner in this region. And we have decided to reinforce our strategic focus and actions with the region. Our new EU strategy for cooperation with the Indo-Pacific sends a strong political signal. We want to work closer together on green digital connectivity and security issues. And this is not a surprise, the rules-based international order remains a strategic priority. We are engaging with our partners in Asia to foster and open a fair environment for trade and investment. We want to contribute to regional stability, security, prosperity, and sustainable development. I'd like to thank all our partners, all our friends, for their productive, frank, and inspiring contributions. And a special thanks to you, dear Prime Minister of Cambodia. You host this meeting and you worked very hard in order to ensure a successful summit. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. Excellencies, President of the European Mission. Next, I would like to invite Her Excellencies, President of the European Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. The European Union and Asia are a world apart, but we have never been closer. This proximity concerns the most crucial aspects of our existence: the health of our citizens, severely affected by COVID-19, the health of our economy, which has taken a hit because of the pandemic, and of course the health of our planet, on which our very lives depend. We must address these issues together. And the EU-Asia meeting, ASEM, is the best forum for this. As ASEM partners, our global weight is considerable. We represent 55% of global trade, 60% of the global population, and 65% of global wealth. This should be the measure of our ambitions for the EU-Asia partnership. The new EU strategy for the Indo-Pacific region lives up to this ambition. It will help step up our cooperation across the board. Asia's success will be Europe's success and vice versa. The Phnom Penh statement that we have adopted outlines our joint priorities: recovering together to grow together. So first on health. The European Union supports the goal of a 70% global vaccination rate by mid-2022. To make this happen, we will continue exporting vaccines. Europe has already exported over 550 million doses to countries in the Asia-Pacific region. We will continue sharing vaccines with the world. And we will continue being the leading force behind COVAX, the global vaccine solidarity facility. Today, roughly 1/3 of COVAX doses are going to Asia and the Pacific region. Now, global solidarity is vital to end the pandemic. We need to vaccinate. We need to sequence the virus in order to be able to react immediately in face of variants of concern, as in the case of the new variant B11529 called New. And we need to step up the world's vaccine manufacturing capacities. This is why we propose to work together on pharmaceutical supply chains. Second, on our recovery. The pandemic has highlighted how crucial it is to have open and solid supply chains for access to vaccines and medical equipment, of course, but also to keep our factories running and our workers employed. And this is why it is so important to have a strong mutual commitment from the European Union and from Asia to an open and stable trading environment. Openness, multilateralism, and a rules-based trading system will be crucial to a lasting economic recovery. Going a step further to boost our joint recovery, we are going to intensify our investments like never before. We are going to create new links, both physical and digital, between our regions. And this is the purpose of Europe's Global Gateway initiative, which we will launch next week. Our strategy for high-quality infrastructure that will connect the world. It reflects our values. It will put a strong emphasis on transparency and good governance, and of course on sustainability. Because the infrastructure we build together has to be in line with our net zero goal by 2050. This is indeed the greatest challenge that the European Union and Asia have to tackle as partners, turning climate ambition into climate action. We need to do more, and we need to do it together in Europe and in Asia. The transition to a clean, sustainable, and circular economy has to happen, and it has to be fair. We need to explain to our citizens that the transition is not only necessary, it is also beneficial. This transition is not only important for our well-being and livelihood. Asia, like Europe, is a continent of innovation. Therefore, this transition is a unique time of opportunity for us to build new leadership and to create the jobs of tomorrow together. And finally, we have decided to strengthen our engagement on issues affecting regional stability, and this brings me to my last point, that is Afghanistan. The European Union does not recognize the new regime imposed through violence, but we need to prevent the imminent economic and social collapse that the country faces. We need to stand by the people of Afghanistan. And this is why last month we announced a package worth 1 billion euro, including 300 million euro in humanitarian aid. The European Union will keep on engaging with the countries in the region. To conclude, it was evident during this two-day summit that Asia matters to Europe. Both our continents draw their strength from the talents and the diversity of our people. We're both looking towards the future with confidence and determination. And there's so much we can achieve if we work together. Thank you very much for this summit. It was of utmost importance. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Her Excellencies, President of the Europe Commission. Next, I would like to give the floor to Excellency Prime Minister of Slovenia.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, since the foundation of ASEM 25 years ago, the world has become more interconnected and interdependent. Throughout the years, ASEM has proved as a unique assembly for dialogue and cooperation, addressing political, economic, financial, social, cultural, and also educational issues of common interest. Europe and Asia can benefit much more from cooperation than from confrontation. I think that this has been one of the most common message delivered during last 2 days meetings. As a matter of fact, given the nature of global problems such as the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, migration, and also violent extremism, it is our duty to seek solutions through dialogue. This said, I would also like to underline that the principle of solidarity is an important element of EU's model operandi. To be able to effectively address global challenges, we need to strengthen our common security. This is why the main principles of ASEM are so valuable. This time, ASEM Summit focused on the strengthening multilateralism for shared growth. The key element of this is the post-COVID-19 socio-economic recovery. The unprecedented time of COVID-19 pandemic had a major impact on economies and also on social life. It has restricted travel between Europe and Asia. However, it has not killed our need and will of interaction. These circumstances have increased the digitalization of the economy, of public offices, as well as personal lives. We have all somehow changed during this time. Furthermore, it has stressed the need of resilience of our social systems. Hence, it is no coincidence that resilience and digitalization are underlined in Slovenia EU presidency program. Resilience does not mean putting crisis at bay, but rather bouncing quickly from a crisis. This requires dynamic systems, which we can be assured by being persistently engaged. We need situational awareness that will result in better forecasting, anticipation, and also identifying risks. I'm thrilled to say that this Tuesday, General Affairs Council of the European Union adopted Council conclusions on preparedness, response capability, and resilience to future crises. Together, in the EU, we have set the course of combining resilience and persistent engagement to assure crisis preparedness across the spectrum of different policy areas. Through this, Slovenia connects the priorities of our EU presidency to the common concerns and mutual interests of Asia and Europe, mostly very well included in the just adopted common conclusions. We believe that alongside using digitalization as an accelerator of economic growth, we should also create a safe digital space where the fundamental rights of users are protected. Hence, Slovenia is committed to an ethical framework for the use of artificial intelligence. I am pleased that the documents we have adopted stress the same issue. The statement on the post-COVID-19 socio-economic recovery points out that recovery from the pandemic provides an important opportunity to accelerate their transitions toward a resilient, green, digital, sustainable, and inclusive socio-economic recovery. The ASEM Chair statement also recognized the role of digitalization of the economy for the future growth. It reaffirmed our commitment to reforms to effectively embrace the digital economy and harness technological transformation. The way forward on ASEM connectivity underlines that digital transformation in secure and trusted digital environments must also be our immediate priority. Moreover, with the document, we recognize the importance of connectivity in our economic and social cooperation. At the end, let me again congratulate and commend the organizers of this ASEM summit. Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, Mr. Sen, you have done an outstanding job under most difficult circumstances. Thank you, your fellow coordinators within the, and I also want to thank you, fellow coordinators within the European side of ASEM, dear Charles, dear Ursula. It is always a pleasure working with you. Finally, great compliments go to our two remaining regional partners within the ASEM, Prime Minister of Russia, Mr. Mishustin, as the coordinator of the NESA group, and to the Prime Minister of Thailand, Mr. Chano Cha, as the coordinator of ASEAN groups. Thank you for your cooperation and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Excellency Prime Ministers. Next, I would like to invite Excellency Prime Ministers of Kingdom of Thailand.
Mr. Chair, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Thailand, as the regional coordinator for the ASEAN Group, wishes to congratulate Cambodia on the successful hosting of the 13th Asia-Europe meeting. Amidst great challenges, the meeting has indeed shown the world that Asia and Europe are determined to uphold multilateralism to build a next normal world that is balanced, inclusive, and sustainable. But beyond upholding multilateralism, ASEM leaders have also demonstrated the common intention to work together to strengthen multilateralism. If we look back 25 years ago to when the first ASEM summit took place in the ASEAN region in Thailand, we see clearly that the global context and the challenges facing Asia and Europe have changed significantly. No country can tackle global challenges alone, whether they be climate change, major pandemics such as COVID-19, or international conflicts. We must instead join forces and cooperate through multilateralism, which gives all countries, big and small, the opportunity to play a role and together build mutual understanding and trust on the basis of equal partnership and mutual benefit. I believe that one approach to strengthening multilateralism is to strive for a balance of all things, both in terms of international relations and addressing global challenges. Indeed, many of the global challenges that we face stem from the imbalances caused by human action. We must therefore learn from these crises and seek to prevent them from happening again, so as to ensure human security for the people. Mr. Chair, Excellencies, how then will this summit benefit the 4 billion people of ASEM? I see three key benefits as follows. First, ASEM will help to ensure a post-COVID-19 recovery that is inclusive and sustainable. The meeting attached high importance to a balanced and environmentally friendly recovery, the exchange of best practices, and giving all groups in society the opportunity to take part in building a post-COVID-19 world where people have security and wealth, and can be confident that crises caused by imbalance will not be repeated. In addition, both regions will strive to build a next normal world where science, technology, and innovation, as well as support to the business sector, especially SMEs, will form the key basis for growth. In this regard, I was pleased to join with other leaders in adopting the Phnom Penh Statement on the post-COVID-19 socio-economic recovery. Second, ASEM will help to bring our two regions closer together. The summit adopted the document on the way forward on ASEM connectivity, which is an initiative of the ASEAN Group and provides a framework for connectivity cooperation in areas such as laws and regulations, trade and investment, the digital economy, and promoting people-to-people connectivity, as well as travel between Asia and Europe. I believe that strengthening connectivity will form a good basis for possible future free trade agreements between the regions, which will help to boost employment and revitalize the tourism sector in both Asia and Europe. Lastly, ASEM will help to enhance cooperation in the use of digital technology in the next normal era, bearing in mind both the benefits and harms of such technology, especially for the youth. Indeed, youth have been particularly affected by school closures during the pandemic. In this regard, allow me to give you an example of an ASEM initiative spearheaded by Thailand to promote the virtual exchange of students using digital technology. Not only did this provide opportunities for the youth in the two regions to meet through digital platforms, but also help them to broaden their horizons on important global issues, such as the SDGs. I believe that the youth of ASEM will be the key drivers of change in our world. And Thailand, as host of the ASEAN Education Ministers meeting this December, is ready and willing to take forward this initiative in a concrete manner. I thank you. Sawasdee krap.
Thank you, Excellency Prime Minister. Excellency, Madam, ladies and gentlemen, we, the 5 people taking in the press conference, is the last announcement as the message to the people in Asia and Europe, which include more than 3 billion people. And I believe that the result of the 2 days meeting through the Phnom Penh statement as well as the relevant document would be a message sent to our people. And we continue to work together to implement and promote the 2 continents to be closer and more cooperative. I would like to express my thanks to Excellency, Madam, ladies and gentlemen, for their cooperation provided so that Cambodia could achieve its mission at the difficult time. My best wishes to Excellency, Madam, ladies and gentlemen, to be peaceful and progress. And I would like to officially declare the end of the ASEM 13 Joint Press Conference. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you. Your Majesty, Samdech Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the 13th ASEM Summit has come to an end. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation for your active participation and fruitful contribution in making the 13th ASEM Summit a great success. May we wish Your Majesty, Samdech Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good health and great success in all of your endeavors. Thank you.